Good afternoon, everybody. We got the lighting going on today. I hope we're all doing well. It's Thursday. We have one more day till the weekend. You guys have some yoga tomorrow to kind of stretch it out. So today we have some lower body work we are going to be doing. We're all lit up in here today. So I'm going to take us through some stretches, some feel good stretches for those legs. And then we're going to go through our 3 sets of everything and go through 3 rounds of everything. All right. So let's first start off. I'm going to drop this down, making sure this stays open. All right. So we're going to take it into a little quad stretch. So taking that right hand to that right ankle, just pulling it in. I know we do these a lot, but they feel good and they're good for us to stretch it out. All right. So pulling that ankle in towards us. Finding our balance. Let me get this going. All right. Pulling it in. We're going to drop that right side down in about 10 more seconds. So if you can, pull it in a little bit closer. Dropping down in 3, 2, and 1. So dropping down that right foot, left hand to that left ankle, and we pull it in, placing that right hand to your hip. Or you can take it above the head. I just like hand to the hip, personally. Wear out my arms a lot. So having it planted definitely helps me sometimes. Get a little tired up here. All right. So holding it in for about 15 more seconds. If you can, pull it in a little bit closer. We're going to drop it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So dropping down that left foot, kind of shake it out a little bit. We're going to take a wide-legged stance. Coming down, so hinging at those hips. Just feeling that stretch in those hamstrings. Hanging out here for a little bit. You can always keep the head above the heart. Doesn't have to be down here. I always do that, and then I complain about all the blood rushing to my head. So you don't have to do that. So you can keep the head kind of lifted, but don't obviously like pull your chin all the way up. That's just gonna be really uncomfortable. All right, so let's walk those hands over to that right side. Trying to take it down a little bit lower. Just getting that extra stretch. And let's walk it over to that left side. Taking it down a little bit more. Taking it back to center. And then we are going to take the knees down to the ground. So nice and careful. So extending those legs out, we're just going to reach towards the feet. So I know I forgot to say this at the beginning, so grab something to sit on, kneel on. So taking those feet and heels apart, we're just going to reach out to that left side first, grabbing on, pulling ourselves down, whatever you can grab onto, just make sure that you pull the shoulders away from the ears. So it's more so about pulling the chest down into the knee than it is like reaching and hunching. So we just want to kind of get that stretching here. Holding down for about 10 more seconds, trying to get a little bit deeper if you can. And lifting it up, walking it over to that right side, and we find that same stretch. Same thing, we pull the chest down to the knee. And release it up. So taking our bodies all the way down, we're going to lay down flat on that back. Taking the knees together, we're going to go into like a little windshield wiper. So placing both shoulders down, all you're going to do is keep that 90-degree bend. We're just going to stretch it over to the left side, and we'll hold, and then we'll take it over to the right side. Hopefully, I'll just pop my back, so hopefully it feels that good for you. All right, so taking it over to that left side. Back to center, and to the right, center, roll it to the left, back to center, to the right. Give this a couple more times. So left and to the right. To the left. And we'll take it one more time to the right. Back to center. And drop the heels down. So taking that right foot over that left leg. So we're just gonna cross it over, taking the hands, the right hand's gonna come through both legs. That left hand will come on the outside of that left. And we're just gonna pull that thigh in. So it's getting our figure 8 stretch in. Holding for about 10 more seconds, and we'll drop it down. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that left side, drop that right side. Bring that left leg over, left hand's coming through the legs, right hand over, and then we reach the hands together and pull it in. Definitely feel a little bit more tight on this side. Like, oh. So remember, we don't stay in that comfort zone. We get a little bit uncomfortable in our stretches, but not too uncomfortable where it's like painful. There's that fine line. Holding for about 10 more seconds. Releasing down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So taking that right foot down, left foot down. If you want, you can grab onto the backs of the legs, use momentum, and swing yourself up to a standing position. Got a little bit too much momentum. All right, so we're gonna go into some ankle rolls. So taking it to the tips of the right toes and just rolling out those ankles, or the ankle on the right side. If you want to, you can go the opposite way. I'm more of a fan of going out. Going clockwise. So dropping that right side in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that right side, take it up to the left toes and roll it out. Like blinded by the lights. Been so used to not having those lights that I like look up and I just have lights shining in my eyes. I feel like that's how like a lot of bloggers now deal with it, with like those ring lights. That's how I feel right now. All right, so we're gonna drop that left side down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that left side down. I'm gonna go over what we're doing, so making sure we have everything we need. Let's see. So the first one of everything, we are going to be standing. So I'll kind of just take my mat, flop it over there. That way I don't trip on it or anything. So first thing we are going to do, we're going to go into some lunges. So that right foot is going to be forward first, taking that left foot back. So you want to make sure that left foot's not directly behind us. Kind of take it out, not to the side, obviously, but just a little bit out. We don't want it directly behind us. Like losing my balance as I'm doing that. So we take it out. What we're going to do is we are going to hinge it forward slightly. So not chest down, but we're just hinging forward slightly. All right. So you can take the hands to prayer and we're just going to take it down, press it up. Okay. So all that weight is more so in that right side. We take it down, squeezing it up. Even though we're working that right leg, make sure to squeeze that left glute as you rise up because you'll still feel it. As long as you engage it, you'll feel it. And then same thing, we'll do it the left side. As you take it down, we stack the knee and take it up. So since we're kind of hinged forward, we're not going to lock out that knee, okay? So we just take it down, squeeze it up, and right back down. We're then going to go into those tap outs. So coming into like a little squatted position. You can take the hands in prayer, hands on the hips, whatever is more comfortable for you, but we're going to tap it out and in. So we'll get that right side and then we'll get that left side. Keeping the heel lifted as we tap. And then we're going to go into some calf raises. The heels are going to be in, toes are going to be out. You place the hands to the hips. We're going to squeeze at the top, releasing it down. Try your best not to touch the heels to the ground. Try and keep them a little bit lifted, just a little bit, all right? Because we want to try and burn them out. That's all. We want to try and burn them out. So for our lunges, we'll do 10 and 10. For the tap outs, we'll do 10 and 10. And for our calf raises, we'll do 20. I'll count us up, count us down. I feel like that's more satisfying than counting all the way to 20. My opinion, personally. Plus anything past, I know I said this before, but anytime somebody counts past 11, it just feels like there's so much more breath work that needs to be done. I don't know. To me, it just sounds better when it's just the one. Okay, so we have that 3 times. We will get started in about 10 seconds. Just start right on the dot. All right, so we take that right leg forward, left leg back, hinging that upper body slightly. We take that arch out. We take it down in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing it up, left foot forward, right foot back, taking it down in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing it up, stepping that right foot forward and shake out those legs. In about 15 seconds, we'll get into those tap outs. So remember, keeping that heel lifted. Whatever leg is planted, that's our primary leg for this exercise. Tapping it out, getting ready to tap. All right, so we take it down, squatting it as low as you can while being able to tap out. So we're going to tap out that left foot first, staying low. Remember, all that weight is to that right side. We're as light as we can be in that left. Okay, it's just like a little tap. But we take it out in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it in, press it up, shake out those legs just a little bit. And right back down. So right heel up, all that weight is to that left side. We tap in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it in, pressing it up, shake it out, shake it out. And in 15, we'll get into those calf raises, heels together, and toes are going to be out. All right. So heels in, toes out, hands to those hips. Almost feel like a ballet dancer. Or like that, you know? All right, not. Okay, so we take it up in 3, 2, and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoa, 6. See, I lose my balance too. 7, 8, 9, 10 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down those heels, kind of roll it out a little bit. My calves are burning. I feel like the first 10, like I'm solid. It's when I get to like 15 where I'm like, ooh, okay. All right, so we get started again with our second round. We'll start with that right leg first in about 15. Just making sure we're just moving up those legs. Whether you're tapping, stretching, whatever you would like. But we're going to take the right foot forward in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So right foot forward, left foot back. Hands to the hips or hands in prayer. So we hinge that upper body slightly, and that left heel is lifted. We take it down in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping that left foot forward this time and that right foot back. We're going to take it down and up in 3, hinging it forward 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing it up, stepping it forward, shaking it out. All right. So next we have those tap outs. We'll sit deep. The knees are gonna, I forgot to say this before, but the knee, you wanna make sure it's behind the toes as you take it down to that squat. You wanna make sure that the knee's not passing the toes on whatever side that's planted. All right, so we sit down, like we're halfway sitting in a chair. Or it's like when somebody kneels down to you and it's like this. All right, taking it down. All the weight is coming to that right side right now. We lift up to the toes. We're gonna tap it out and in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, press it up, and sit it down. Taking that right side out in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, press it up, shake it out. And we have our calf raises. Calf raises next. This time, instead of heels in, toes out, we're just going to go normal, toes facing forward. But same kind of process. We squeeze as you take it up. As you lower down, we keep that small space from the bottom, because once you touch your heels to the bottom, it's almost like you're taking that small break. The only time they should be touching is if you accidentally lose that balance and you kind of need to step it down and then get back to it. I know it happens to me, but if you can, try not to let them drop. So we take it up in the next 5 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down those heels. And shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. If you want, you can always go into some stretches. If you want to take the hands down to the feet, maybe grab onto the backs of the ankles. And same thing like we were doing before, you can keep the feet together if you want, but you can always walk the hands to the right, to the left, just keep them straight down. Remember, you don't have to have your head completely down. You can kind of like lift up and out without jerking your head up. And we'll get started with our third round in about 15 seconds. All right, so if you're down here like me, walking your hands up. we'll get started. So right foot's going to be forward, left foot back. That heel is lifted in the back foot. We hinge forward slightly. It's almost just like we have that slope going down. So we're not all the way forward. We're not straight up. That way it takes the pressure out of that lower back too, because when you're straight up, sometimes it can put pressure right there. So we want to hinge it forward so it's putting it more so in the leg and the booty. All right, so we take it down in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, keeping the knees underneath the hip and stacked. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing it up, left foot forward, right foot back, taking it down in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing it up and shake out those legs. We have those taps next. Itch my leg while we're at it. All right, so we move around just a little bit longer for about 15 seconds. All right. Whew. I am a little warm. I feel like yesterday and today have just been so warm outside. Even though I'm inside, it's still warm. All right, feet together. Lifting that left heel up, placing all the weight to that right side, sinking it down, knee is stacked. We take it out in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking it in, pressing it up, shaking it out. Taking it back down, coming to the right toes, all the weights to that left side. We go in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, press it up. All right, so this next one for the calf raises, we're going back to what we did at the beginning. Heels in, toes out, squeezing at the top. All right, so getting ready. Heels in, toes out, hands to the hips, taking it up and squeezing at the top in 3, 2, and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down those heels and shake it out. So for this next set of everything, you are gonna wanna make sure that you have something to come onto down on the ground. You guys get a little bit over a minute. I'm gonna explain what we're doing and we'll get to it. Grab some water. All right, so our first thing that we're gonna go into are some donkey kicks. So we're gonna come up to the palms for this one, 90-degree bend in that leg. We're just gonna take it up, making sure that we don't drop that lower back down. We try and keep that tabletop back. So, I mean, the foot might not go as high, but we're not gonna hurt that back. So we take it up, we squeeze, lowering down, that knee stops right underneath the hip, making sure the shoulders stay squared off the entire time. And when that right foot is up, pay attention to if you're leading to that left side, try and place the left hand to the small of the back. That way you can focus on working on your I don't know why that was hard for me to think of. All right, so we have donkey kicks. We go 10 and 10 on each side. We are then going to go into our fire hydrants. So up on the palms again, left knee is going to be underneath that hip as we lift the right leg. So we lift it up and lower it down. As you lower it down, try not to touch the mat or whatever you were on, but just take it up, lower it down, nice and controlled. We're then going to take it to the stomachs. And for those, it'll be 10 and 10 if I can say that. We'll then take it down to the stomachs. You can place the hands out in front of you. So kind of just like not stacked on top, but one's right in front of the other. We're going to take the heels in with the toes out. So kind of like a little frog. And all you're going to do, you're going to tuck the pelvis under and squeeze and lift. Lowering down, squeeze and lift. So we'll go for 10 of those as well. So everything's on that 10. On the 10. All right, so we have those 3 things and we'll get started shortly. Coming into a stretch if you'd like to join me. Taking that left knee underneath that hip, taking the toes down, and then press the heel back, shoulders come slightly behind the wrists. Just kind of stretching out those calves. You kind of shift it back and forth. And then take that right knee under. Extend that left leg, pressing that heel back. And rock it back and forth. All right, dropping that left knee, and we'll get started with our donkey kicks in about 10 seconds. So those palms are going to come down, stacking the shoulders, lifting up and out. We take the right knee up, or the right foot up. We want to stomp the foot to the ceiling, keeping that 90-degree bend and that flat back. Going in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking it down, dropping the knee underneath that hip. That left side comes up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down. So you can bring it, the hips down if you'd like. If you want, you can always come into a child's pose and stretch it out a little bit. So knees apart, hips back, stretch the arms forward. Just kind of hang out here for a second. And when you're ready, bring it back to that tabletop position. We're going to go into those fire hydrants. We're going to start with that right leg first. So same thing, palms come down to the ground. We stack the shoulders, making sure we don't lean to either side, just kind of keep it centered. So that right leg comes up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down. We go into that left side in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down. And when you're ready to lay the stomach all the way down to the ground, get nice and comfortable, right? All right, so you can untuck those toes. If you want, you can bring the feet in and out, flexing the feet. You can do one at a time. Roll the ankles. All right, So we bring those heels together, toes out. We act like we're frogs. So from here, before we start lifting up, I want you to tuck that pelvis under. So squeeze the glutes, tuck that pelvis under. Arms are out in front. It's a small range that we're lifting up and lowering. So we go in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the legs down, taking it up to the palms and pressing it back. And we start all over. So we'll get started in about 15 seconds. Taking it back to those donkey kicks, so palms come down to the ground, and we get that tabletop position. So we take that right leg up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down that right leg. That left side comes up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down that left knee. You can kind of take those legs around if you want. Taking the right foot into that left inner thigh and stretching it forward. Feels pretty good. When you're ready, switch the sides. Left foot to that right inner thigh. And next thing we have our fire hydrant. So we'll lift the right knee up and then the left. Then we have one more round of these. All right, so taking it back to our tabletop, stack the shoulders, knees underneath. We take that right side up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down. That left side comes in 3, 2, and 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping down that left side. Stretch it out. So I'm going to go back into that stretch if you guys would like to join me. So tuck that right toe, left knee under that hip, and send that heel back. Rock it back and forth. And bring it underneath the hip. Extend that left leg. Rock it back and forth.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
We're looking for like to put in passports.
I'm not too sure.
Travel visa both.
Because it said it was senior 1614.
Let me double check really quick.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Casey. Sorry, hold on. All right. So we take the stomachs all the way down to the ground. Taking the arms in front. And we're going to take the heels together, toes out, lifting up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
They want travel.
5,
Yeah, that's what it used to be.
4,
Oh, it used to be here.
3,
It's not, it doesn't-
Yeah,
two.
they travel.
and 1. Dropping down those feet, pressing back. All right, so we have one more round. One more round. At least got a little bit more stretching in back. All right, so donkey kicks one more time. Then I'll go over what we're doing next. You guys get that little break. I wish I had a towel. I feel like I'm like sweating right around my eyes. It's the first place I start sweating. Why? I don't know. Like I wish it was some like, I just wish it was like my forehead that would sweat first. It's always like right down here, start sweating. All right, donkey kicks. Shoulders stacked, right leg up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, left side in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down that left knee. You can take the hips back and stretch out. And we'll go into those fire hydrants. So speed it up a little bit. So right leg out in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Left side in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. So one more time, we're gonna lay down on the stomachs, heels together, toes out. We lay it down, we get comfortable for a second, just a second. Move the hair. So remember, arms are, one is in front of the other. We take the heels together. All my clothes are sticking to the mat. I can't really shift. All right, so we'll get started in about 10 seconds. Heels together, toes out. We lift it up, tuck that pelvis under in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down, extend those legs out. You can kind of roll the ankles. And I will go over what we're going to do next. So you guys get a little bit over a minute once again for the last time. We are going to be standing up for one, and then the other 2 we will be down. One will be on the back, one will be on the booty. One will be on the feet. We switch it up. All right, so first thing, we're going to go into some good morning. So nice and controlled, because we don't have any weight or anything with us, just our bodies. So hands are going to come to the hips. We spread those legs, and we're just going to hinge at the hips, taking it to that flat back, and then squeeze it up, tucking that pelvis at that top point. So don't just come up and just kind of just hang out. We come up with a purpose. So we tuck the pelvis under, squeeze the glutes at the top point, keeping those cores nice and engaged, hinging forward, those hips stay high, flat back, squeezing and tucking at the top. So we have those. We'll go for 10, nice and controlled. They're not fast. Then we're going to come down into those glute bridges. So we'll take the heels down. I know I've said this before, but make sure you don't bring the heels in too close, so that way it doesn't put too much pressure on the knees. So you can kind of take them out slightly. Hands are gonna be down, or you can dig the elbows in, fingertips up, whatever you prefer. But as you take it up, we tuck the pelvis under, squeezing the glutes and engaging those abs. As you lower down, nice and controlled, still keeping those glutes engaged. Don't just release just because you're going down. All right, so we keep them squeezed and still keep them squeezed. Like, don't just, like I said, just don't release it. And also try not to touch the ground as you come down. If you do, that's okay, but just make it a goal to try and not do that. So we'll go for 10 of those. We're then gonna go into some little in mat. So fingertips face forward. We lean it back slightly. Knees come up. We're gonna take it, we'll take it in and out. So crunch in, extend it out. And then we'll go for 10 of those. So 10 of our good mornings, 10 glute bridges, and 10 in and outs. Every time I do these and I say in and out, like my mind automatically goes. I could go for it now. Really in and out's like my always like go-to road trip food. All right. So standing up, if we're not, we'll get ready to start in about 10 seconds. Reality check. 10 seconds. So feet are spread apart. You can take the hands to the hips so that way you kind of feel yourself hinge. Hands in prayer. I'm going to take it to the hips though. We're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, for 5, 4, for 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we take it down to the booties and then down to the back. So down and down. All right, so planting those heels down, you can take the hands down or elbows in, but we're gonna lift up in 3, 2, and 1. So taking it up. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Dropping down, extending out those legs. You can kind of rock from side to side. If you want, you can take those feet together, opening up the knees, just kind of getting that little stretch in there. When you're ready, take it up to the palms. And then we're going to go into those in and out. So we only have 10 for these. So we take the knees up, chest open, lifting out of the shoulders, keep the chin off the chest. All right, hinging at the elbows, we take it in and out in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down and pressing it up. So we have 2 more rounds of those. We start with our good mornings in about 10 seconds. All right, so feet are separated. Try and get in this stance, all right. All right, so hands to the hips, we take it down in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Shaking it out, we take it back down to the ground. And lay down. So for these next ones, same thing, we plant the feet. We're just gonna take the knees and toes, turn them slightly out. But same thing with the hands or the elbows, whatever you prefer. We're gonna take it up in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, and 1, dropping the hips down. Bringing the feet together. You can take the knees over to that left side. Eye gaze can go to the right. You can take those arms out. When you're ready, bring them back to center. Eye gaze to the left, knees to the right. Back to center. And press through, lift up. And we have our in and outs for 10. So we lift up, taking the feet out in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees in and press it up. All right, so we have one more round. We'll get started in about 15 seconds. All right, good mornings. Good afternoons. All right, hands to the hips. We take it forward in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take it down one more time. Laying it all the way down. This time, back to what we did the first time. We take the feet in and toes are facing forward. All right. If ever you're laying on your back, I just wanted to say this. If ever you're laying on your back and say it's hurting your lower back, you can take the knees and knock them together. And it kind of takes a little bit of pressure. Or sorry, if your legs are out, you can bend them in and knock them together. It takes that pressure off that lower back. All right, so heels down. We go into those bridges in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Taking those hips down. Extend the legs. Rock them out. And when you're ready, take it up to the elbows, into the palms, bringing those feet in, popping the chest open, and relax. All right. So we take the knees up. Remember, we start with that in, and then we extend it out. So we go for 10, one last time in 3, 2, and 1. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Extend it out, drop it all the way down, and inhale those arms above the head. Stretching nice and long. If you want, you can bend at that right knee, drop it over to that left side. Kind of stretch out that back a little bit. Bring it back, extend it out. Hinge at that left knee, take it over to the right. Bring it center. extend it out, and then bring both knees bent. Taking yourself up to a seated position, and then rising up when you're ready, or stay seated, whatever you'd like. You guys are all done, so make sure you get some stretches in today. Even more stretching, because stretching can never be bad for you. But yeah, great job. I know you guys have yoga tomorrow at noon, so make sure you guys are logged on and get it done. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and go and enjoy some lunch. All right, have a great weekend.